You? Is anybody?
There's Molly, folks. That means your friends, the Goldbergs, are here. Brought to you by Does, the new kind of soap for everything in your wash. First, let's drop in on the Dozen family. Well, there's Cousin Dozen and Sam, that young rookie she invited to dinner. He's just finished helping her with the dishes. Uh-oh, Cousin Dozen's giving him a box of Does. Sam saying,
Listen, Cousin Dozen, I can't take this Does back to camp with me.
Now, Sam, you know they make all rookies do KP.
Yeah, but Garcia Army gives KPs plenty of soap for dishes.
But Sam, Does is different. It's a new kind of soap. Does everything in the wash, and it has everything for dishes, too.
Listen, nobody wins medals for dishwashing.
Well, does. It makes suds that stand up till the last dish is done, cuts grease like 60, yet it's kinder to my hands.
Yeah, but...
Wait till some tough sergeant gives you a tub full of dishes to wash.
That'll be the day.
And you'll see I was right. Why, with Does, you can wash dishes for all your buddies, and those suds will still be standing up. And you don't have to keep adding soap.
Say, is it Does or the Army you're interested in?
Oh, you're just plain ungrateful. I was only thinking of you and all those greasy pans you'll have to wash. Why, Does cuts through grease in less than half a minute without any hard scouring.
Oh, have a heart.
Well, just look at my hands, Sam. Does is really kinder to 'em. You see how soft and smooth they are?
Nice. Look, let's leave this Does here for your hands, Cousin Dozen, so they'll stay pretty like this.
Oh, Sam, you sweet boy.
well, I hate to cut in on this touching scene, but ladies, remember, Does is the only leading granulated wash day soap that gives you all this for dishes. Makes suds that stand up till the last dish is done, cuts grease like 60, yet it's kinder to your hands. Better change to Does, D-U-Z. It has everything for dishes. And now, the Goldbergs. Well, with her incredible talent for getting involved in other people's problems, Molly has persuaded Grace and George to come back to Lastenbury. These two petty thieves and swindlers who brought Molly so much trouble, ruined her reputation with her neighbors, still seem to her to be worth saving. So she has hidden George in the barn, and Grace has just arrived. Presumably, each has returned to face the music for the theft of the town funds. Secrecy was necessary for Molly's plans, but unfortunately, Jake happened to find out. What will turn out now is anybody's guess. Listen.
Where's George?
Molly,
Grace.
I insist on an explanation.
There's nothing to explain. Where's George?
Will you excuse me a minute, please, Jake, David? Grace, darling, why don't you go upstairs and get fresh?
I want to know where
Grace,
George
you
is. Why
find
won't you tell me where
you
George is?
find the towel. Get
All
fresh.
I want to know is where George is.
Get fresh. Why won't you tell me?
Jake. Jake, hold yourself in. Just hold yourself in. Don't fall to pieces.
Get me Constable Newton on the phone. I'm shaking like a leaf.
I should...
Yes, and when you get him, I'll talk.
Oh, you don't want to wait better and have a consultation?
With who?
With Molly.
What is there to consult? Who consults me?
Well, Molly don't consult you because
She what?
Because of your health, Jake.
I am not dying.
God forbid, of course not. Only Molly thinks if Grace came back and if George came back after they ran away and they ensconced with the money and they came back, so it means...
What?
It means... At me, don't holler, Jake. Don't get mad at me. What did I say? I only said what Molly thinks. And if you holler and if you get mad at me, I'm nervous, Jake. I'm nervous too. I'm not nervous.
Jake?
Don't Jake me this time. This is the straw that broke the donkey's back.
Jake, darling, I only...
Why was I kept in the dark? Is George here?
Yes.
Where?
In the barn.
Why in the barn?
It was in the middle of the night, Jake, when he
And why
came...
wasn't I told?
Molly, didn't I say you should tell Jake?
David.
Well, what did I say?
Why wasn't I told?
Because,
If
Jake...
he is here and she is here, what are they here for?
Because, Jake, darling, each one wants to give himself up for each other. So what does it mean?
I'm not interested in the meaning. Did she bring the money back?
I don't know.
You didn't ask her?
I didn't.
Why?
Because why she came is more important.
Why?
Jake. Because it means she loves George and George loves her.
Since when is their love life my business?
Why not? Where there's love, there's hope.
Wasn't they in love when they came here and bamboozled you out
When
of
they
your...
first came, Jake, they came to take something. Now they came to give
What?
themselves.
Molly,
What?
nothing.
So where you going?
Where it's my duty as a citizen and a social-minded individual to go. That's where I'm going.
Why, Jake?
You'll find out. Grace, you'll kindly wait here where you are. The authorities will be here soon. If you brought the money, have it ready.
Where did Jake go, do you think?
I'm nervous, Molly. I'm very nervous. Don't ask me.
David,
I don't want to be confidential with you, Molly.
David.
Too much. Too much is too much, Molly. First, when Grace came, the very first time, and Rosalie said, and I said...
I didn't listen, David.
No, you didn't listen, Molly. Rosalie said Grace cannot be Sammy's wife because...
David, this is not the time for going backwards.
You have to go backwards to have eyes to see forwards. Why do you want to protect Grace after she did what she did? She came here a bad girl to take from you and from everybody what she could. She came with a husband, also a bad boy. Two bad people that came to steal, to lie, to bamboozle. Jake is right.
Oh, so what are you going to
Jake
do,
is right.
David?
I'm going to call the constable.
David.
I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen with first papers and second papers.
David.
Constable Newton, please.
Grace? David, put down the phone. David.
Molly.
Grace.
Where's George? You knew I was coming. Why didn't you tell him?
Grace.
Don't go patting yourself on the back and giving yourself a lot of credit you're not entitled to. I didn't come back because of your understanding and kindness finally caught up with me and reformed me. Maybe you reminded him of his mother, who knows? But your sweet magic didn't work on me. I'm here because I love that dope, that's all. That's why I followed him here. Where is he? Did the constable get him already? Oh. What did I do? Hurt your feelings?
Did you bring the money back?
Oh, don't make me laugh. Get a slant at my outfit, Mrs. Goldberg. Look at my shoes. 1850. Take a pencil. Figure it out. You like the hat? $35. Not out of stock. Fitted. I want you to see the dress. It's a little wrinkled from sitting on it. Simple, but smart. That's what you pay for. $165. Oh, there's a jacket that comes with it. 165, 35, 1850. That adds up to how much? Plenty. The rest of the money went into a layette. Do you know what that is?
No.
Everything for a baby. No matter what the law says, I'm still going to have my baby. If the law puts me in the clink, I'll have my baby there. Maybe it won't be with a fancy layette. I don't know how babies are born in prison. But whatever it is, the kid'll have to be satisfied because its old man is a dope. Sure. George is a dope. 100%. He wasn't so bad until you started to soften his brain with all this turn over a new leaf stuff.
Grace, how can you talk? I mean, now. With the layer, with the dress, and with the hat, and with the shoes. I mean, just for a hat, and just for shoes. Couldn't you ask me? You came because you were Sammy's wife. I thought so. I loved you. And I couldn't all of a sudden in a minute not love you because you were something else. So how can you talk now, Grace? The child.
You're all ready to supply the good hearts and the good advice, but not the jack to make the good come out. I've got to be good and starve to death. Well, no thanks. I came here because I just wanted to show that dope of mine that no matter how stupid he is, I'm sticking by him. He can't go off playing the martyr without me around. I made my mistake when I fell in love with him and married him. And I'm going to stick by it. Where is he? What did you do with him?
Well,
I
George
only
is
want to
in-
ask you one thing, Grace.
I don't care what you want to ask me. Where's George? I want him to see me. He walked off and said he was through because I wouldn't go down on my knees alongside of him and crawl back here to you. You and your preaching. Look what you've brought me. I'm 20 years old, and I'm having a baby. And look at me. Just look at me. On my way to prison for 1,000,000 years. That's all your preaching did. That's all and nothing else. I don't want to hear a word from you. Do you hear me? I don't want to hear a word from you. I only want to see George. Where is he? Tell me, where is he?
Still defiant. Still the same. Grace is back. And Molly can see now that all her own hopes that the girl might reform were false. Yes, it begins to look as though perhaps in some cases Jake's kind of thinking is right. Punish for the crime and forget the rest. Not everyone can change. You know, in a letter from a listener the other day, I read this. She said, "I've never seen Molly Goldberg, but I feel she's my friend." And she added, "I feel the same about the Duzham family. You know, Daisy Duzham's like my own daughter." Yes, Daisy is quite a girl. Only yesterday she said,
You know, most girls my age act so young. All they think of is boys. But I'm different. I think about boys and does.
"Well, Daisy, now you're not so different. Lots of ladies think about this new kind of soap. You see, does everything in the wash. Work shirts, towels, to rayon slips. Why, Does is the only leading granulated wash day soap to give longer life to the colors you wash, plus unsurpassed whiteness for towels and real cleaning power for the dirtiest clothes. Even in the toughest wash, does everything. And remember, this is wartime. Don't waste Does. All soaps contain vital war materials. So always wash several loads of clothes in the same Does suds. See to it every bit of Does you use does more." Be sure to listen to the next episode of The Goldbergs. We see that Jake is not so obvious as he seemed to be, and that Molly isn't so defeated as she appeared. This is Clayton Collier speaking and reminding you to do as the Duzhams do. Let Does, the new kind of soap, do everything in your wash.